Be careful. A rich man is making secret payment to a person to take your. Archangel Michael says, you are not aware of what has been happening behind closed doors, but heaven sees everything clearly. From the shadows of wealth and influence, a man cloaked in power has begun moving in silence, making secret payments that carry the weight of betrayal. This is not a rumor, not a whisper. It is an active plan designed to take what belongs to you without your consent. This man, whose name you may not even know, hides his intentions beneath layers of luxury and deception. He has the kind of wealth that makes others obey his every command, yet his heart is driven by envy and desire for what rightfully belongs to you. He believes his money can rewrite destiny, but he doesn't realize divine protection stands over you. Every transaction he makes, every envelope he passes in secret, is a step closer to his goal. This is not merely about possessions, it is about removing your very power, your standing, your blessings that were given to you by divine hands. He is determined to take it all while you remain unaware of his silent moves. But Archangel Michael says this message is sent so you will no longer remain blind to the scheme. The time for secrets to hide in darkness has ended. What is planned against you will not succeed because the light of truth is breaking through the walls built by greed and deceit. You are being watched more closely than you think. Quiet meetings have been arranged in places where your name is being discussed as a target. The rich man has instructed his messenger to operate quietly, ensuring you never suspect a thing until it's too late. Yet, heavenly forces have stepped in ahead of time. The very moment he transferred his first secret payment, angels were dispatched to uncover every step of his plot. This is why you are reading this now, because unseen guardians refuse to let you walk into a trap unprepared. The person receiving this payment is not innocent either. They know exactly what they've agreed to do and what it will cost you if they succeed. Their loyalty is not to you, nor to justice, it is to money and power. They believe they can walk away unseen, but their actions have already been marked in heaven's book. As you read, the atmosphere around you is shifting. What was hidden is now coming into the open. The whispers behind closed doors are growing louder, and soon, you will see evidence with your own eyes of what they plan to take. Archangel Michael says, the battle over what belongs to you is not just about wealth or material gain. It is about silencing your destiny and stripping you of opportunities that are aligned with divine purpose. The rich man knows you carry a blessing he cannot buy, so he schemes to remove it from you entirely. But he underestimated something powerful, your spiritual covering. Even before his money moved, even before the conversations began, a shield was placed over you that no earthly wealth can penetrate. The hands reaching for your inheritance will soon tremble when they realize heaven is involved. The paid accomplice has been moving close to you, trying to gain your trust while secretly reporting back to their benefactor. They have watched your every step, your routines, your vulnerabilities, hoping for the perfect moment to strike. But each time they try to advance, something divine blocks their path. The pressure is growing among them because time is running out. The payments have been made, promises exchanged, yet nothing is moving as they expected. Heaven is causing confusion in their camp, turning their own words against them and making their greed backfire. Your silence has been your greatest shield. While they believed you were unaware, your spirit sensed the tension. Moments of unease you felt were not coincidences, they were warnings from above. The rich man's wealth has made him believe he is untouchable. He walks with arrogance, convinced that his money is stronger than truth, justice, or divine will. He thinks every person can be bought, every obstacle cleared with gold. But divine power is not for sale. The unseen army that surrounds you cannot be bribed. They have drawn a line that the enemy cannot cross, and soon, this man will realize he has been waging a losing battle from the very beginning. The person being paid is now caught in fear. They sense something greater is watching, something they cannot explain. Their nights are sleepless because the mission they accepted is turning against them. They can no longer tell if their next step will bring wealth or destruction. The rich man grows impatient, demanding results. He wants evidence that your blessings have been taken, that your place has been stolen. Yet, no matter how much money flows, nothing shifts in his favor. He does not know that every coin he sends is sealing his own downfall. Archangel Michael says, "This is the hour for exposure." Documents, messages, and secrets they thought would never see daylight are being pulled out. People they trusted are turning hesitant, unwilling to take further steps against you. The power of truth is slowly dismantling their network. Even those who stood silently by are feeling the weight of conscience pressing upon them. They fear being caught in the storm that is forming against this betrayal. The accomplice's own family has begun to suspect something is wrong, sensing the darkness growing around them. You will soon witness a dramatic turn. The plan to strip you of what is yours will collapse, leaving the rich man vulnerable to the very trap he set for you. Heaven is not only stopping the theft but preparing to elevate you higher than before, in full view of those who plotted against you. Your name will be cleared of every shadow they tried to cast. The rich man's reputation will not escape this unscathed. Whispers about his deeds will spread faster than his wealth can silence them. This is not just divine protection, it is divine justice. The accomplice will face a choice: confess and break free from the chains of corruption, or continue and face complete ruin. Their fear of losing money will soon be outweighed by the terror of divine retribution. Even now, behind the scenes, some of the rich man's closest allies are questioning his actions. They cannot openly oppose him yet, but cracks are forming. Loyalty built on money is fragile, and heaven is shaking it apart piece by piece. Archangel Michael says, "Prepare yourself not for loss, but for vindication." What they meant to take will return multiplied. The tables are turning so swiftly that those who once mocked you will watch in awe as you rise from what they thought would destroy you. Your intuition is awakening. You will begin to notice signs, subtle words, unusual movements, sudden tension in conversations. These are not random, they are divine alerts guiding you safely through this storm. Do not confront them in haste. Divine timing is orchestrating events perfectly. The exposure will come not by your hands, but by the unraveling of their own schemes. Patience will position you to receive justice without lifting a finger. The rich man, despite all his wealth, cannot buy his way out of spiritual law. He will be made to witness the futility of plotting against a soul that is divinely guarded. His attempts to manipulate others will only dig a deeper pit for himself. The accomplice will eventually face you, trembling with guilt. Words will spill out as truth overtakes deception. The confession will not only protect you but reveal details you never imagined were part of this plot. You will understand why certain doors were closed recently. They were not denials, they were shields preventing you from walking into their trap. What felt like setbacks were divine redirections saving you from harm. The power that tried to rise against you will scatter. The rich man's influence will wane, his control slipping like sand through his fingers. Every payment made in darkness will be exposed to the light, stripped of its power. Archangel Michael says, "Stand firm in faith. Your destiny cannot be stolen." This message is the evidence that heaven fights for you even when you are unaware of the battle. Soon, you will see a great reversal. The one who tried to take from you will be forced to return what he never had a right to touch. And as this unfolds, your blessings will not only be restored but expanded beyond his reach forever. This is your moment of divine awakening. Every attempt to manipulate your life is crumbling as heaven writes a new chapter for you. No plot, no secret deal, no payment made in darkness will succeed against divine protection. You are stepping into a season where truth reigns. Fear will no longer hold you because you now know what was hidden. The same angels delivering this message are standing guard, ensuring every step you take is secured. The rich man will face his reckoning. His accomplice will face their choice. And you will rise above it all, untouchable, unbroken, and abundantly blessed in ways that even wealth cannot measure. Archangel Michael says, "Remain at peace, for justice is already in motion." The enemy's plans have been seen, disrupted, and turned into a testimony of your unshakable protection. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, even as you read these words, forces are moving that you cannot see. The secret exchanges of money, the hidden messages passed in silence, are all being intercepted. Every single plan made against you is now under the watchful eyes of divine judgment, and nothing can escape it. The rich man grows uneasy as his payments fail to produce the results he expected. He believed he could buy loyalty and betrayal with ease, but the accomplice's spirit is breaking under the pressure of heaven's presence. They can no longer carry out the mission with the same cold determination. They are trembling, knowing something far greater than human power is at work. Your protection is not weak or wavering. It is a blazing wall of fire that money cannot penetrate. Every coin the rich man sends is like a beacon signaling his downfall. His influence, once thought unstoppable, is unraveling thread by thread, even as he tries to tighten his grip. Soon, you will see the exposure unfold before your eyes. Documents and evidence, once hidden in dark corners, will surface. The accomplice will speak, and the truth will be undeniable. The power they thought they had over you will dissolve in an instant as the world sees the lengths they went to steal from you. Archangel Michael says, "You will not be silenced or taken from your rightful place." The plot to remove your blessings will collapse with a noise so loud that even those who doubted you will turn their eyes toward you in shock. Justice will not come quietly, it will be seen and felt by many. The wealthy man who tried to control destinies with money will face the reality that divine will cannot be bought. He will be left questioning his power, his influence, and even his identity as everything he tried to build through deceit begins to crumble. In the midst of this chaos, you will rise with grace. You will not need to fight or defend yourself, for heaven itself will speak on your behalf. The schemes meant to strip you will instead elevate you to new heights that no man can touch. Your faithfulness and silent endurance have not gone unnoticed. The tears you cried in secret, the weight you carried alone, each has been recorded and now forms the foundation of your divine restoration. The accomplice who took the money has been marked by divine justice. They cannot escape the consequence of choosing greed over truth. The whispers in their mind, the sleepless nights, the heaviness they feel, these are signs that heaven is pressing upon them to break their silence. The rich man is beginning to feel isolated. Allies who once stood firm are withdrawing, fearing exposure. Business partners are hesitant, sensing the storm brewing around him. His empire is starting to shake, not from outside competition, but from the unseen spiritual power confronting his every step. Archangel Michael says, "Do not be afraid when you see chaos around you. This shaking is not meant to harm you, it is meant to clear your path. Every obstacle built to stop you is being dismantled. Every attempt to remove you is creating room for your increase. There will be a day, soon, when the rich man will see you standing in the position he tried to take away. He will understand that destiny is not something to be stolen or purchased, it is divinely assigned, and yours cannot be undone. The accomplice's hands will soon release everything they were paid to hold against you. Letters, contracts, secret arrangements, they will come into your possession as proof of the betrayal that was planned. This revelation will not destroy you, it will strengthen you and restore your rightful honor. Those who tried to profit from your downfall will lose the very wealth they thought would bring them power. Heaven is already redistributing resources, turning financial plots into channels of unexpected blessing for you. You are not just being defended, you are being prepared for an elevation that goes beyond anything you've imagined. This battle is not simply for protection, it is to ensure you step into a future that no enemy can reach. Archangel Michael says, your story will inspire others. Many who faced silent enemies and secret betrayals will find courage in your victory. What is happening to you now is shaping you into a voice of truth that will echo far beyond this moment. The rich man's final attempt to stop you will be his greatest mistake. Believing he still has control, he will push harder, trying to seal his plot with one last desperate move. But it is in this moment that divine intervention will strike most powerfully. The accomplice will be unable to continue and will reveal the truth in fear of facing judgment. The money paid will be traced, the intentions exposed, and the man who believed he could manipulate destiny will be left without escape. This exposure will not only free you from danger but open doors you never expected. Opportunities stolen from you will return doubled. Influence and authority once denied will be handed to you openly. Archangel Michael says, stand ready for restoration. What was meant to destroy you has been transformed into the very key that unlocks your next season. You are walking into a future secured by heaven's justice, untouchable by any earthly scheme. Archangel Michael says, heaven is not finished moving on your behalf. The silent payments made in dark corridors, the whispers exchanged in quiet rooms, all carry a scent that angels have tracked. No matter how carefully they planned, divine intervention has already pierced through their secrecy like a beam of unshakable light. The rich man, who thought his wealth made him untouchable, is beginning to sense a loss of control. Each bribe, each deal forged in deception, feels heavier now, as though the very coins he sent are turning to chains around his own wrists. This is not an accident, this is the hand of divine justice balancing the scales. The accomplice who accepted the secret payment cannot escape the growing pressure. What once felt like an easy fortune now feels like a ticking weight threatening to crush them. Their heart races when they think of you, knowing their betrayal is tied to something far more powerful than they ever imagined. Archangel Michael says, do not be dismayed by the storm that seems to rise around you. Allies who once stood firm are withdrawing, fearing exposure. Business partners are hesitant, sensing the storm brewing around him. His empire is starting to shake, not from outside competition, but from the unseen spiritual power confronting his every step. Archangel Michael says, do not be afraid when you see chaos around you. This shaking is not meant to harm you. It is meant to clear your path. Every obstacle built to stop you is being dismantled. Every attempt to remove you is creating room for your increase. There will be a day, soon, when the rich man will see you standing in the position he tried to take away. He will understand that destiny is not something to be stolen or purchased. It is divinely assigned, and yours cannot be undone. The accomplice's hands will soon release everything they were paid to hold against you. Letters, contracts, secret arrangements, they will come into your possession as proof of the betrayal that was planned. This revelation will not destroy you. It will strengthen you and restore your rightful honor. Those who tried to profit from your downfall will lose the very wealth they thought would bring them power. Heaven is already redistributing resources, turning financial plots into channels of unexpected blessing for you. You are not just being defended. You are being prepared for an elevation that goes beyond anything you've imagined. This battle is not simply for protection, it is to ensure you step into a future that no enemy can reach. Archangel Michael says, your story will inspire others. Many who faced silent enemies and secret betrayals will find courage in your victory. What is happening to you now is shaping you into a voice of truth that will echo far beyond this moment. The rich man's final attempt to stop you will be his greatest mistake. Believing he still has control, he will push harder, trying to seal his plot with one last desperate move. But it is in this moment that divine intervention will strike most powerfully. The accomplice will be unable to continue and will reveal the truth in fear of facing judgment. The money paid will be traced, the intentions exposed, and the man who believed he could manipulate destiny will be left without escape. This exposure will not only free you from danger but open doors you never expected. Opportunities stolen from you will return doubled. Influence and authority once denied will be handed to you openly. Archangel Michael says, "Stand ready for restoration." What was meant to destroy you has been transformed into the very key that unlocks your next season. You are walking into a future secured by heaven's justice, untouchable by any earthly scheme. Archangel Michael says, "Heaven is not finished moving on your behalf." The silent payments made in dark corridors, the whispers exchanged in quiet rooms, all carry a scent that angels have tracked. No matter how carefully they planned, divine intervention has already pierced through their secrecy like a beam of unshakable light. The rich man, who thought his wealth made him untouchable, is beginning to sense a loss of control. Each bribe, each deal forged in deception, feels heavier now, as though the very coins he sent are turning to chains around his own wrists. This is not an accident, this is the hand of divine justice balancing the scales. The accomplice who accepted the secret payment cannot escape the growing pressure. What once felt like an easy fortune now feels like a ticking weight threatening to crush them. Their heart races when they think of you, knowing their betrayal is tied to something far more powerful than they ever imagined. Archangel Michael says, "Do not be dismayed by the storm that seems to rise around you. It is not a storm meant to destroy you. It is a storm meant to sweep away the liars, expose the manipulators, and deliver your blessing untouched. Heaven is making sure you do not lose what belongs to you." You may have felt the tension in the air recently, moments where everything seemed unusually heavy. That was not coincidence. It was your spirit detecting the silent conflict that was hidden from your physical eyes. Even while you rested, angels were standing guard over your name, your possessions, your destiny. Each time the accomplice moved closer to striking, an invisible force stopped them. They were left confused, unable to understand why their own steps failed. The rich man's influence is crumbling like sandcastles washed away by waves. The very people he trusted with his plan are turning hesitant. Secrets he thought were secure are slipping into the open. The fortress he built with wealth is now cracking from within. Archangel Michael says, "You are being lifted from this scheme unharmed." The darkness that tried to take your blessing will not only fail but will serve as proof of your divine protection when the truth comes to light. The accomplice, once eager to deliver what was paid for, now trembles under an unseen conviction. They know that every movement is being watched by a power they cannot see but deeply feel. Whispers of guilt echo in their mind, growing louder with each passing day. The rich man is furious, throwing more money into his plan, thinking it will accelerate success. Yet, the more he spends, the deeper he digs himself into a pit that was never meant for you. This is how divine reversal works. What was dug to trap you becomes the downfall of the one who schemed. Unbeknownst to them, allies of truth are rising in places they least expect. A loyal voice, someone close to their circle, has begun questioning the morality of this plan. Their hesitation is planting seeds of exposure that will soon erupt in undeniable revelation. Archangel Michael says, "Do not let fear overtake you. The path ahead is safe, guarded, and divinely guided. No earthly wealth, no silent payment, no hidden betrayal can alter what heaven has secured for you." The accomplice will soon face a crossroads. They can continue down this shadowed path, or they can come forward, confessing the entire plot. Their heart already leans toward confession, pushed by the divine presence that will not release them until truth is spoken. This confession will be your shield and your victory. It will not only protect you but bring to light the names, amounts, and intentions that were used in this betrayal. The plot will be dismantled before it can even touch you. The rich man, exposed and humiliated, will lose more than money. His reputation, his influence, his false power over destiny will crumble like dry leaves in a storm. He will understand too late that fighting against divine order is a battle no man can win. Archangel Michael says, "Your silence, your patience, your trust are not in vain." Every moment you thought you were alone, divine hands were moving pieces in your favor. Justice is not just coming, it is already unfolding. The accomplice's closest confidants are noticing a change. They are restless, anxious, unable to carry this dark secret without it bleeding into their words and actions. What was once a tightly sealed operation is leaking from the inside. The rich man cannot stop the chain of events now set in motion. Even his most trusted associates are stepping back, unwilling to be dragged into the divine storm approaching him. He is running out of people to bribe, out of time to manipulate, and out of power to control. You, meanwhile, are stepping into an unexpected shield of grace. Opportunities meant to be stolen are finding their way back to you. Relationships that were quietly sabotaged are being repaired without explanation. Every dark plot is turning into an avenue of blessing. Archangel Michael says, "Soon, you will witness a dramatic unveiling. The accomplice will falter, evidence will surface, and the rich man's empire of deceit will collapse. What he meant to take will become the very foundation of your rise." Archangel Michael says, "The breaking point is near." The wealthy man who plotted against you is beginning to feel the walls closing in. Each payment he made in secret now feels like a trap of his own making, binding him to consequences he never foresaw. Heaven has tightened its grip, and no amount of power or influence can loosen it. The accomplice's mind is unraveling. The weight of guilt and fear is eating away at their strength. They have begun seeing visions in their dreams, warnings that what they're part of will end disastrously. These visions are not imagined, they are divine messages urging them to abandon this plan before it's too late. Every step they took against you has been intercepted. Papers they tried to hide are being misplaced. Conversations they attempted to conceal are being overheard. The network they built to harm you is turning into a tangled mess that even they can no longer control. Archangel Michael says, your protection has been reinforced. The divine shield around you is growing brighter each day. Even if they dare to move again, their efforts will fall flat. They are powerless to penetrate the heavenly forces guarding what belongs to you. The rich man's arrogance blinds him to what's truly happening. He believes his wealth is unchallenged, that money can silence the voice of truth. But in his heart, unease is growing. Shadows of doubt creep into his mind as he notices plans failing without reason. The accomplice has started keeping distance, sensing that exposure is imminent. Once loyal to the rich man's gold, they now hesitate to answer calls or attend secret meetings. Fear of divine judgment has replaced their desire for quick wealth. Your blessings remain untouched, untarnished by their efforts. Each attempt to sabotage you has only strengthened your spiritual fortress. The very forces they hired to take from you are being turned back, unable to touch even a single thread of your destiny. Archangel Michael says, what they meant for harm will become your triumph. Heaven has written an ending they cannot rewrite. Every secret payment, every whispered plan, every hidden betrayal will soon collapse in full view of the world. Whispers of truth are spreading among those closest to the scheme. Employees, partners, and even friends of the rich man have begun questioning his motives. They can sense that something dark and unjust is unfolding, and they fear being dragged down with him when it all comes to light. The accomplice's conscience is breaking down faster than expected. They are considering turning against the wealthy man, revealing every transaction, every command, and every hidden motive. This betrayal against you is now unraveling from the inside, collapsing before your eyes without you having to lift a hand. Divine messengers are working relentlessly. They are shifting circumstances, delaying malicious actions, and confusing those who plotted against you. What should have been a swift theft is now a long, drawn-out failure that exposes itself. Archangel Michael says, you were never truly vulnerable. Even in moments you felt weak or overwhelmed, heaven was already winning this battle. You stand on ground that cannot be stolen, surrounded by protection no earthly wealth can match. The rich man's face will soon be seen differently by the world. Once admired for his power, he will become known for corruption and deception. The hidden deals and secret payments will surface, damaging not only his reputation but dismantling the empire he built on lies. The accomplice will struggle to escape judgment. Fear will push them to confess publicly, revealing the rich man's involvement. They will desperately try to explain their actions, but the truth will be undeniable. Justice will speak louder than excuses. As this exposure unfolds, doors you thought were closed will open effortlessly. Opportunities stolen from you will return, accompanied by even greater blessings. What they attempted to remove from your life will become the very reason for your rise. Archangel Michael says, "Prepare your spirit to witness victory." The power of truth is unstoppable. The rich man's wealth will not save him from divine judgment, and no accomplice can shield themselves from the light of justice now shining upon this plot.